I want to welcome everybody to Talker and Riyadh. Are you going to keep stepping over me, Jen? Like, come on.
I'm talking. You wait till I'm done, and then
you're just being dead at.
You stopped talking, and I waited like 2 seconds. I can't do this.
Flip the whole podcast over.
You guys won't take my half an hour time change. I can't do this show anymore.
I can't do this. I need some inspiration. I need some motivation. So let's see what we can do here.
Talker and Riyadh. Wow, fantastic.
There we go. Thank you, Rosamund. Welcome to Talker and Riyadh. Fantastic. The Wheel of Time showcast. That doesn't make any sense.
No,
I am your host, Joe Perry. We're gonna power through it. Here with my co-host, Jen Isgrove. We started with you guys are calling me chaotic that I'm coming up with insane ideas, so we're gonna flow. We're gonna roll with it. How you doing, Jen, Tom, everybody? Just all talk at once.
No,
I'm here too, Joe. It's all right.
Brendan's here, everybody.
Here.
Hey.
Brendan's back.
Very excited. I'm back after a week, and we're going to talk about our rewatch of season 2, episode 8.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That's the next thing I was doing on this show. I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, that's what we brought you here for, right? You weren't here for that episode, so we're going to do that now. We figured we got to get it in before season 3 airs.
I feel like I owe an explanation to the audience. I gave the host an explanation at Christmas, and I have a very good reason for not showing up for that episode. I forgot.
Yes,
the best reason there is.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Actually, what happened was
7 straight weeks.
Actually, there was a time change, and Brendan missed that.
Joe set my clock back an hour, half an hour.
Half an hour.
Chaos ensued.
What's going on?
Mixed DX Pidlick shit.
This is our last episode. Sorry.
What?
This is our last episode before season 3 premieres.
Phew.
It has premiered already for some, like me and Tom. And by the time this podcast drops, it'll have premiered for a lot of other people who signed up for the global fan event. I'm not going to talk about it because, 1, it didn't happen yet. And 2, I can't because it didn't happen yet. Anyway, so we bring in Brendan back as we do. Right, we did this last season. I don't remember if we did it for season. Yeah, we did do it for season 1, right?
Yeah,
the episode before the premiere to bring Brendan back. We need to get him back into the routine of being on the podcast, being our never reader, and giving his insightful thoughts and opinions on the TV show. So we wanted to get Brendan's opinion on some of the things that have been released over the last month or so, namely the trailer. Get some of his thoughts on this, right? I mean, you got Jen and Tom. How are you feeling about Brendan being back with us?
We're bringing Brendan back. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to get that out. It was inside me. I'm excited because when Brendan comes back, that means good things are happening. Because Brendan is back, but also it means there's a television show episode on the horizon.
Yes,
and I'm excited about that. It's literally next week, guys. This is crazy. We made it
not even a full week.
Not even.
Yeah, not even a full week. Are you feeling the same, Tom?
No, I don't think I'm feeling the same as Jen because I didn't have sexy back inside of me knocking to come out. But no, I'm very, very excited to see my best friend Brendan here on the pod with us. I think possibly, even though Brendan is, we've known Brendan, combined between the 3 of us for like 65, 70 years, something like that.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, combined between the 3 of us, 70, 75 years.
Okay.
I think that the fans of our podcast are more excited to have him back. They've been asking for weeks and weeks. When is Brendan coming back? Is Brendan coming back? Are you going to have Brendan back to talk about this? So I think people are very excited to hear Brendan's thoughts about what's been released so far, and I guess up until this current week what's been released.
I'm with Jen. I don't think that's how it works either. Brendan, how does it feel to be back? See what I'm doing there?
Oh, it's good. I'm excited. I'm always glad to be here. I'm excited for I'm looking forward to the third season. A mutual friend of all of ours, Devin, I was talking to him the other day, and he was saying how he's excited about the show, and implied that I wasn't excited for the show to come back. And I was like, I like the show. It's just that 3 of the 4 people I ever talk about the show with, love the show more than some members of their actual families. So it's
some members of our actual families.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I'm enthusiastic. It's just it pales in comparison.
Yes,
fair enough.
But we're excited to have you back, Brendan, because we love to get your insight, your honest takes on things that you don't like and things that you like about this. So I think everyone
like to get my honest takes sometimes.
Just not about time changes. Very sensitive topic, we found out.
Yeah, apparently it is. I don't mind your take. I just think it's I think it was a little drastic on my take. Your take on my take.
You know what? You know, now that we got some distance from it, I agree. Even I don't understand why I reacted that way. But this is what happened.
But it seemed appropriate at the time. So I will remind everyone listening, with Brendan here, we are spoiler free. So we will not be talking book spoilers. We may reference things that, have already passed in the show, like book wise. So we might say something that happened in the books that didn't happen on the show, but is not going to happen on the show. So I think that's the most spoilery we'll get today. And going forward, right, we're going to do our first part of the episode spoiler free with Brendan, and then Brendan will step away and we'll talk some spoilers. But I don't think we're going to do that this episode, are we, Jen and Tom? Do we need to do that? What do you think?
No, I don't think
so. I think Brendan's you're going to stick with us through the whole thing.
That's right. That means you're going to have to, listeners, you're going to have to wait one whole week for the Brendan goodbye theme music.
No.
Oh, that's right. I was like, what are you talking about? And what is is it this one right here?
Yeah, it's very.
It is.
Derp, derp, derp.
You want the
It's very dumb cartoon elephant, which I appreciate.
Like
no, the other one. No, the one that's the dumb cartoon elephant.
Yes, you're
Right.
We got 3 of you here. Is it Jen, Joe, and Tom?
He forgot about
And
Brendan.
Brendan.
Brendan. We're going to have to ask Donald to give us a new one. Anyway, before we get into it, though, this episode's never really going to start. We did want to let people know who might not know already that we did release an interview with Madeline Madden, who plays Egwene on the show, that we did last week. And we didn't release it as a podcast because it was only like 8 minutes or so. So if you want to see that interview, hear that interview, go to our YouTube page. I'll drop a link in the show notes and go check out that interview with Madeline Madden. It was really great. She's a really great interview. So check that out.
Okay, aside, it might be my favorite interview that we've done.
Yes,
it's really no. I'm serious now. It's really very good.
You've lost all credibility, Tom.
I want to say, as my co-host and friends, the bit doesn't work if you get it. You've got to not get it. Then the bit works. But that's all right. Anyway, I'm serious though. All joking aside, this interview is terrific, and if you haven't heard it already, you should go over to our YouTube page and listen. If
it makes you feel better, Tom, when we did the interviews for the press junket, I forgot that was a bit until like the 3rd or 4th time you said it.
That makes me feel better. It does.
And I'll probably forget the next time we do it. So
it's like once
every willing
2 years.
Yeah, willing. There is a next time. I don't mean that in a dark way. I mean that if we get a chance to interview them, because there's another season of the show.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Not like I'm gonna die or something like that. Because I'm okay.
We are never.
We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant.
I just want to
mean it in a dark way. We knew what you meant, and then you just said it.
I just want to reassure everybody that I'm fine and I'm in perfect health.
Well, thank goodness.
Great.
I believe that now.
A little high cholesterol, but that's okay. I'm taking care of that. So don't worry about it. All right.
That can be genetic.
It is
Too much
genetic.
Supersod.
Everyone in my family has high cholesterol. Let's get into the show. Let's talk about it, Brendan. The trailer, right? This trailer dropped about 5 weeks ago or so. You saw it at least once, I hope.
Yes.
Let's just like give us some thoughts on it, Brendan. I'm not going to ask a specific question. What'd you think of the trailer? Like, did it get you excited? Did it do a good job that a trailer should do? Like, do that job?
It did. It didn't make me more excited for the new season.
Okay,
but it didn't make me less excited.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I watched it. I watched it when it first came out, and I didn't like post or comment on Discord or anything about it because I didn't like it. I didn't think it was a good trailer. And then I watched it again today, and my opinion has not changed. I don't think it's a good trailer. I think it's a good trailer for somebody who's never seen the show.
Mm.
And like ultimately that's 90% of what a trailer is for.
Yes.
But I've seen every episode of this show at least 3 times, and that's not what this show is like.
What if it's going to be better?
Yeah.
Now.
What if this season was like that, Brendan?
If the season is like that, that'd be good.
Okay.
But
will it?
I don't buy it yet.
Okay. I got
Like,
you.
Fair enough.
Brendan, the
it's
aspect ratio is different this season, okay?
Yes. They went 16:9 full widescreen.
One thing.
They went, what?
It's 16:9 aspect ratio. They went full widescreen this season.
Maybe that's what was throwing you off, the aspect ratio.
No, that's not what
Was it better or
you know what? That could be
worse?
part of it. Actually,
Better or
that shouldn't
worse
be
than the
discussed so bad.
Thunderbolts trailer, Brendan? That's the question that I have.
It was better than the Thunderbolts trailer.
Phew.
The Thunderbolts trailer actively made me mad, except for the parts where it made me incredibly excited. This was just like, what are they doing? This isn't what this show is like. I didn't think it looked. If that is what the show is like from now on, cool. But
All right.
Okay.
so far, it has not been like that.
How did you like the music in the trailer?
Well, I still can't get over that the trailer music is Hazy Shade of Winter after you guys did like 4 episodes in a row with the titles.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that
coming
wild?
from Hazy Shade of Winter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was again, I still can't get over that. That was months ago, and it's still
Just like must have been on some
shocking
sort
to
of
me.
Yeah.
celestial vibe, I guess.
Tom was just listening to some Simon and Garfunkel. He was on a big Simon and Garfunkel kick.
Yeah, honestly, I do listen to Simon and Garfunkel a lot every winter, and I probably was on a big Simon and Garfunkel kick at that time, and it bothered me because you kept saying like the Bengals or Bananarama or whatever group
The
covered
Bengals.
it in the 80s.
It was the Bengals.
Yeah,
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Bananarama.
No, it's spelled differently.
I get them. I get
Oh.
what songs they did confused. Right, Bananarama did Venus, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
And the Bengals did Walk Like an Egyptian and Manic
and
Monday.
Manic Monday. Yeah.
Eternal
Jesus.
Flame. Yes.
Eternal Flame, man.
Yeah.
One of them had Susanna Hoffs. And
Yes.
that's the important one.
Yes.
Anyway,
Back to the trailer.
Jen's face. What?
I'm lost.
Was there anything? Was there anything particular, Brendan, that got you excited in the trailer? Was like, can you point out a certain scene or that you were like, ooh, this looks interesting. I can't wait to see what this is.
I mean, it seems like they're going to be doing a lot more of the multiverse stuff that we saw a little bit of with Matt or at least it was like past lives stuff.
Oh, the T
Like
episode.
different versions of seem to be different versions of Rand and Jesus.
Moraine.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Should we start over? Okay.
whole show?
Moraine, Rand, Perrin. No, go ahead.
You got Matt. You got Matt out.
I got Matt. It's because Matt's just a name.
Man.
So that looked interesting, and it did have Moraine doing a little Doctor Strange bit about how she's seen all these different futures, and in all but one, like in all of them, if she lives, then Rand dies or something like that. But I mean, that's interesting. I don't see it being presented in the show in the way that it's presented in the trailer. But I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong. Like Jen said, what if it is like that now? Then
yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, we're keeping our fingers crossed that it is like that. I don't know. I feel confident. We like. I mean, we've seen the first episode. Tom and I, and by the time this episode drops, Jen will have seen it, and a lot of other people will have seen it. And I said it last time. Why are you laughing at me, Jen?
Look at the chat.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I don't know. Gabe put up a side by side of Matt and Brendan. It's like,
because Brendan's got the red hoodie on and it looks like Matt's red coat, like little fluffy coat.
Oh my
thing.
God, I love that screenshot.
If Brendan was wearing a deep V right now, that would be amazing.
Oh.
Brendan, you know what you got to do next week. Anyway, where was I?
Sorry,
I forgot where I was anyway.
I don't know. I don't know where you were.
Okay. So no, going along those lines, Brendan, right? Talking about Moraine and the Rosamund, narration over that. I'm going to go right into it. Are you ready to make any bold predictions about this season based off of the trailer and that?
I mean, like it's heavily implying that Moraine might die. But just kind of knowing how TV shows work, it's another one that I just don't buy it. And also, from what I know of the book, she kind of doesn't, she makes it for most, if not all of the series, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. And right, these types of shows always kind of try to twist words and something's going to happen. And then there's some sort of weird fantastical technicality that,
Right.
Right.
The audio cuts, except for one, at the end of that thing or whatever.
No man can kill me, and but it's not a man, it's a woman.
Man.
Yeah.
That's another thing that that's sort of what I mean when I say this is not what the show is like. That the show has so far not had stakes like that. The main characters are never really in danger. Everyone who has died so far has been a supporting character or a red shirt.
Yeah, it's not Game of Thrones
or a stormtrooper. It's not. Yeah, exactly.
I gotcha.
But that's so far.
Yeah, that is so far. That's true. I agree with you there. Was there anything? No, I'm not going to ask that. Jen and Tom, was there anything about the trailer or what Brendan said that you want to comment on with regards to what Brendan was saying about his viewing of the trailer was that's not the show. That's not how the show is.
I mean, kind of fair, I guess, but I think I have faith and hope, and I think that I know the show has gotten better from the first season to the second season, and I know, knowing what the content of the third season will be without having seen it, I anticipate that it will be better than the second season, based on that alone, and the trailer and whatever other stuff we've seen. So I do think that it's going to continue to get better, and hopefully will be represented in the trailer. The trailer will represent what we're going to see.
I just came up with a great idea for a podcast. So we got to write this down, right? Do a podcast about trailers and movies, and is the trailer the movie?
Oh,
and just talk about that, do a different movie and a trailer each week, and then just talk about
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
That's I'm in.
If the Wheel of Time gets canceled, that's our new podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It's Quizette, how to chat.
Yeah. After that,
then it's Shrek.
After I'm out on the Shrek one.
Oh.
No.
I have to be in. All right. Sorry, Brendan.
No, I do think even though I didn't like the trailer, like I said, it didn't make me any less excited for the season because I agree with Jen. The second season was better than the first season, and I think the third season's going to be better than the second season, if for no other reason than season 1 got derailed by a variety of problems, precedented and otherwise. And season 2, a lot of what I think we all kind of agreed was wrong with it came from having to fix some of the problems that season 1 established. So season 3, whether I like the trailer or not, season 3 is pretty much the first time they're getting to make the show the way they want to make the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or the most close to that from what from what I always hear. Like there's always problems. No, whenever you're filming anything, but yeah, this one seems to have the potential the least problems out of all the seasons so far.
Right. They wrote a show and filmed it.
Yes.
Without
a pandemic or strike or anything else.
Actor quitting. And,
or rewriting. Yeah. So.
So I would say this. So do the one thing based on what you said. When my wife, when Michelle watched the trailer, she asked me like, does Moraine have like the Doctor Strange power? Or is that something all the Aes Sedai can do? And I was like, So I'm just curious. Do you what did you think was the cause of that from your watching of the trailer? Do you think
she was in some sort of mechanism. She was like, there were the line is set up. The line about seeing the futures is set up by oh God, what are these characters' names? It's been so long.
Rand.
Oh God. Lan. Thank you. Lan asking what she saw in the rings.
Yeah.
Of power. No, different. Sorry, different show.
Different.
So it's some sort of
device,
magic doohickey
that
sense. She goes into or uses.
They have those in the show. So,
right.
Speaking of, there's another shot in the trailer, and you can just see a little bit of it in the screen in between us on the screen. There's a shot in the trailer of like of Rand walking into like this forest of like glowing
columns
or whatever. I thought the visuals in the trailer were really impressive. I don't know what you thought about those.
So did I. And
you're like,
that's not what the show is like.
So okay, I hear you.
That was my problem.
It's the widescreen, man. That's what it is. Changed everything for you.
No, it's funny because that's not necessarily what I thought you meant by that.
That's part of what I meant by it.
Okay. I feel like this happens with anything, especially any show, but like, every trailer is like, it's nonstop action. And you're like, well, it's probably a lot of stuff. I'm sure there's going to be at least 2 or 3 scenes in every episode with 2 people sitting in a room talking to each other. But, and you're not going to see that in the trailer necessarily. That's what I thought you meant. But yeah, I think that what I've seen from this, and then we're going to talk about the some other stuff later. Like the visuals do look like they got raised up a little bit. I hope that it's not just we've already seen all the best shots.
It's the anamorphic lenses that they're using now.
This is the books where the teenagers turn into like eagles and
Metamorphs.
shit, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I think they're Power Rangers.
Like the covers, they're all like shrinking down or getting big.
Yeah, they're all like, it's like half. Yeah. We know.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Anything else? That's all I got with the trailer.
So just to like boil it down and kind of paraphrase and come back to it. So your knock on the trailer is like, that's not the show.
Yeah. I feel like
nothing else
the trailer is
that bothers you about it, or
potentially very misleading.
Okay.
But again, the trailer's not for me. The trailer's for people who aren't contractually obligated to watch the show.
This is true.
You never signed anything.
We just renewed his agreement.
The friendship contract, Jen.
Yes.
The friendship con for life. So do we want to talk about the 11-minute sneak peek just a little bit, since Brendan did watch it?
Yeah, I mean, do you think that is better than what we've seen so far?
Well, now that we're talking about the 11-minute sneak peek, I will say that that immediately proved me wrong, at least for 11 minutes.
I love that you gave
There you go.
gave those trailer responses in the time that you saw the trailer. You're like, well, now I know that I was.
Well, he
locked
did say when he watched it when it first came out and then gave us his take on it. That's why I brought up the 11 minutes, because I wanted to see the other side of that
I watched it again. I watched it again this afternoon, and I watched the trailer, and I confirmed for myself that what I had initially thought was right. And then I watched the 11-minute sneak preview, and I was like, well,
Maybe.
we'll see.
That's 11 minutes.
Good.
So,
Yeah, well,
so you liked it then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I would have liked it. I would have liked it better if it had been in season 2, episode 8, instead of completely abandoning like 3 or 4 different subplots that had run through the entirety of season 2.
Well, they're like, here it is right now.
I know, but it's
You said you're going to find, well, actually,
look. I'm
They
going to talk
said-
about season 2, episode 8, one way or another.
you're going to find out what Leandrin was doing, which is like, I don't think we really found out what she was doing during season 2, episode 8.
No, we
because
don't. And this is a
takes
month.
place like a month later.
A month later. She's the one. Actually, Leandrin's the one who kind of sets the time, because she says she says in the hall, like, Mother met with the Dragon Reborn a month ago or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
So-
there's another scene where they set the time too, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's not in the scene, unless like where she was doing was like gathering everyone up and being like, listen, if this shit goes down,
I think that
I'm going to give you a signal.
Yeah, I think like they clearly have a plan for like, okay, at some point we're going to have to leave. And when we do, this is what we're going to do. I feel like that's what she's been doing.
Yeah. What was the signal? Now. Right?
Yeah, it wasn't a complicated signal.
Well, it's funny because
It wasn't subtle or
Swan's like,
complex.
you'll give me everybody from the Black Aja. And she's like, yeah, okay, cool. Everybody from the Black Aja.
She's
Let's
like,
go.
I'll give them to you.
You're right.
That's
I
true.
will.
She
That's
does.
what she says, right? You're
Yes, yeah.
exactly what she says.
Yeah, she's like,
Okay.
I'm going to let everybody know if
Right.
somebody comes up and does something.
About to die.
I did notice, and this is something that I remember bothered me in season 2, and it bothered me during the 11 minutes so far that I've seen of season 3. Leandrin's literally changed her clothes.
Yeah.
She's wearing her evil variant costume.
Yeah.
She had red on.
Nobody's saying
Though.
anything.
She had red on.
But yeah,
Like,
it's
half black.
Yeah.
And
It was a darker red.
in the
I don't
last
think
two,
was it black or was it a dark
It was,
red?
was
black.
red and black.
It was red and black. But she was wearing a
Oh,
black cloak.
oh yeah, I'm looking at it right
Wasn't she
now.
in the
yes,
end?
we're just straight up wearing a
Yes.
fucking Dracula cape in the last 2 episodes of season 2,
Yeah,
and nobody said a word.
yeah.
Transitioning.
There's some. It's like red, and then it's weird because
But they're
it's like
all
black and
color-coded.
red mixed in there.
Right.
They're
They're all,
all-
Very,
they're
it's
all
a visual
color-coded.
medium.
They're all color coded, and they know one of them's crooked, and nobody's pointing out that the only one who isn't color coded is switched to black. Who could it be?
It's mostly red. There's just some black coming down one part, like over the shoulder.
Nobody else is, to Brent's point, nobody else is wearing any black.
Do we want to look at everybody's costume and try to find black in there? Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
None of-
yes,
the other
you
black-
guys do. I know you do. It's
Not
fine.
right
I have
now.
a book.
Did the other blacks? Did any of the other Black Aja sisters who came
No,
out
because
have any
I don't know.
black on
they
them?
haven't been really relishing and living their best evil lives in
That's
public.
true.
the way that
Well, they will be now.
We
Well,
don't know
the
what
ones
they've
who
been
are-
doing.
The ones who
I
are
don't know.
alive.
There's like 100 side quests going on here.
It's true. There's that one seemed to be really, really happy to be bad.
Which one?
Oh, Jean.
You know,
Oh, Jean.
Gene,
Oh, I love
Gene,
her.
thank God you're here.
That was sick.
Yes.
I mean, I know she's evil, but it's like really like the difference between the reaction is like
Yeah, she's mentally ill, I think.
extreme. Yeah, like she's not just like bad, doesn't care. Like she's still feeling that strong emotion, and she's just
Of
like
pain, and she's relishing
getting off
it.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But
So-
like, yeah, I don't know.
So did you? I don't know, Brendan. Did you catch that? Right, the one sister who comes up and they're like, "Oh, Jean, Chesmal, you're here outside the hall," and then she like attacks.
Oh
them.
yeah, that I knew she was going to be excited because that was spoiled for me by Jen's Blue Sky posts.
Oh,
of
yes.
her-
It's so good.
Being so
It was
good.
Jen's line.
But you
You
didn't know
stole my
why she
line.
was going to be excited.
I mean, I had a pretty good sense when this
Yeah.
character appeared, and I knew she was going to say it's so good. I was like, oh, I bet she's really happy about all the murder.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So her warders were killed, so she should be in like horrible, tormented pain and anguish, but she
Nope.
enjoyed it.
Both of them got killed.
Yeah, both of her warders.
Like
yeah.
not even just one.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Whew. Jean.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah, that was great. I love that part. I was like, oh, this is twisted and great.
It was good, and I also like that in that bit that you get to see that, like, hey, here's a red who seems to actually be good, and like be fighting these dark friends.
Yeah, we don't know about
Yeah.
those other reds.
Yeah, the other two
Right,
seem
like-
good, right? Because
I don't think there's any. I'm not sure.
Well, like
There's no reds in the hall that joined with her, so
No,
no.
I can't remember if she joins with any.
There's
when
the
she
two
walks
reds that
out.
are out there when Jean and Chesmo come up. One of them gets like knocked out right away, and then
Yeah,
the
and
other
the
one
other
like,
one
fights them
fights
off.
back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those two are good. Yeah, so we don't see any other bad red sisters except Leandrin, I think, in this at least. That I remember. I don't even remember seeing any
Yeah, I don't know. There's
out in the hallway except for these couple.
Yeah, it was just like the three of them that were supposed to
What-
go in.
Yeah, what happened to the third one? Because there were the three of them, and then when they came back, it was just two.
what?
back where?
So right, the three reds try to go into the hall and they get stopped, and then like
I thought there was only two.
no, there were three.
No, it's-
Three sitters.
There were
that are
three
supposed to
sitters
go in
that
the
got
hall.
stopped to said you can't go in the hall, right? And then we go in the hall, and then I guess they leave because then they come back, but there's only two of them when they come back, I think.
Well, Kate and Chad is saying Galena gets knocked out,
yeah,
and the one that stands up to her is
Sumata.
Sutama.
Yeah, the other one's got the other
Then
one. The
who's the
third
other
sitter
one?
doesn't come back though, is what I'm saying. She doesn't come back
Oh,
with the other two. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I yeah. So
but this is a nice.
Never enough ice to die in the tower for Joe. Never enough.
this was
No.
this is
This
enough.
was great.
Fine.
Like,
This
where's
is
the
amazing.
third one?
No.
We have all these ice to die. Big ass magic fight. But what about that third one?
No, I'm just saying the third one
I
didn't
know,
come
I'm
back,
fucking-
right? I was trying to confirm it because I couldn't remember.
What do you mean come back from where?
When they go right, so they must leave because when they go into when they're shooting, like you're seeing what's going on in the hall,
Yeah.
and then things start happening, right? The warders start banging on the door,
Yeah.
and then the camera cuts, and two of them come walking down the hall like they had left. They're not still
No, I think
standing
they're just
there.
down the hall.
Yeah, but they
I don't think
weren't
they left.
there.
They're all standing in the hallway. I think they're all there.
No, but what I'm saying is they weren't where they left, where we last
Right,
left
they're
them.
trying. They,
must have
also
like,
try and get in. And the waters try and stop them. There's only right.
yeah, like they walk up like they had left and come back. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I
But
think
only
they're
two
all
of them,
three
but they're not all
I don't
there.
know. The chat is telling you you're wrong, and they're all there. So
I almost want to pull this up right now just to prove everybody wrong because I can't let it go.
I don't know if you should because there's a lot of people saying you're wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I
Reapproach
am
the
wrong.
waters. One gets knocked out. They're saying, and the other
yeah.
four are standing.
Yeah, one gets
Okay,
knocked
so-
out and one's still up. So
I don't
I
know.
don't remember the second one fighting, but okay, this is really not important.
Brendan, what do you think about this?
well, it's important now because you're all.
Is it-
So I'm up to the part where Jean shows up, and there was only two red sisters there. So I don't know what you guys are saying at 3-1.
What?
1 plus 1 plus
Oh.
2 plus 1.
So
did I get hit on the head, or did
no? I don't know
just completely change his position?
No, he's still saying he only sees 2. He doesn't know. People in chat are saying there's 3. I am saying, please, can we move on? That's me.
All right, I'll be vindicated some other time.
Okay.
So Brendan, do you have hopes now that you think that we're going to be getting more action? It's going to be a little bit more like the trailer. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, we'll see. I think a lot of I haven't gone back and I didn't watch the trailer again. I feel like a lot of stuff from that 11 minutes made it into the trailer, which is fine. But yeah, if this is how the first episode of the show, if this is how the first episode of the season starts, and the rest of the season is like the previous 2 seasons, that's a problem, and I think they're better than that. So I think we're going to see more like this.
Yeah.
And by more like this, I mean a little person.
So
Aes Sedai turning bad and ripping off the library, the secret library. Which I was so excited about.
I can't let it go. So I'm going to tell you right now.
I see him watching. I was just going to say Joe's still watching.
So I'm going to tell you exactly what happens.
Nobody cares.
No, I care, and we're not moving on until I talk about this, because they made a mistake.
Really?
Because you're right. There were 3 of them there. Jean walks up. She blasts one of them, and then when they cut back, the other one's just gone.
You realize the 3 of us stopped talking about this like 10 minutes ago, right?
I'm telling you, they screwed up in it. They screwed the edit up. They screwed the continuity up, because she's there, and then when they cut back to it, she's gone. So
now wait a second.
Not the one that gets knocked out.
No, there's 3 of them there. You guys were all right. There were 3 of them that were there. Right?
Yes.
The bad ones, right? Jean and Chesmo walk up. Jean blasts the one on the right.
Right.
Maybe,
and you
okay.
see the third one there. She's standing right next to the other one, the one who was in the middle. And then when they cut back, she's just gone. She's not in the shot. It's just the one who's trying to fight them off.
Okay. Let's just get this
Galena.
over with now, so we don't have to do it again next week.
Okay.
That's a good point.
All right.
All right.
So they screwed up. They just made a continuity error or something.
Rafe,
Like
All
what
right,
are you
great.
doing?
yeah. Unless she's like, I don't know.
Hashtag, where's the third eye?
No. 2 years from now, during the press junkets, Joe's going to lead off with this. And
Right. Back with the
Put it on the
cam.
rape question.
Yeah, I didn't get that. We only had 4 minutes, so I didn't get to ask her.
If we had like half an hour with Rafe, I'd be like, here's all our ridiculous questions that we've had from
And it would be the
All right.
last time we ever got to
Yeah,
speak to
I
him.
know.
Thank you. Light Blinded Fool says Joe's right that she's not in the frame. However, but even when you go back to that, she's not fighting though. Like only the one fights back. Why wouldn't she fight back? So that's all I'm going to say. She's
runs
not
away.
there. She's not in the
runs
frame.
away.
She runs away.
All right. She goes to run away. She trips over somebody and falls down. That's
Maybe,
what
yeah. We just didn't see it. There's probably an
All right.
edit where you do see something that happens to her. It's just, I guess they must have cut it out. So let's release the director cut. Give us the Snyder cut.
All right. Before you had vindicated yourself, Brendan had made like a very very good point that was about to start a conversation.
I wasn't listening, so what was that point?
Does anyone
fucking love
remember
you,
what
man.
the point was?
I was watching this scene.
Oh my god.
I needed to know.
All right. That's good.
I want to say this out loud because someone in the chat says, I feel like Danny Mullen in the chat says, I feel like I remember Brendan liking the show overall, but it sounds like no. I like the show. I want to get that. I want to say those words. I like the show.
Yeah, we have your ratings to prove it.
Yeah.
We have hours and
I think
hours
if we
of
all-
podcast recordings. To
I think
prove
if you listen to all of us talk about in the recap episodes, like it sounds like none of us like it because we're always like harping on the tiny.
Jen,
Especially the rewatches.
But that's
The
what's
rewatches
fun
are like
about it.
brutal.
The fact, Jen, that you said that, because I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, I remember when I first saw this, right, this clip, I was like very excited at the London screening. It was amazing. I was super excited, everything about it. And then I went back to watch this clip and I started taking notes, and I started getting back into that different mindset where I was like looking for things to critique about it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the difference between watching something to enjoy it and watching something to analyze and critique it.
Yeah.
It's,
Yes.
you know,
Right.
Which is why I always watch the episode, just straight watch the episode first,
Yeah.
and then I watch it a second time to do my critiques.
right. Like
So
I said,
get that.
I've watched every episode of this show at least 3 times, and
Yeah.
I don't do that for shows I like just watch to watch.
Right.
No, I mean, I've seen
Right.
some TV shows like, more than 4 times, but they usually like sitcoms.
They're like sitcoms.
They're not
so
sitcoms.
anyway,
They're just like
They're not. They're like them though. I don't even know what that would be. So we were talking before Joe interrupted us, and I'm trying to get back to that train of thought, and it's gone now.
Brendan
Sorry,
talked about a
Brendan.
magic library and a little kid, I think.
Yes, that's what it was.
A little
you were
kid, a
so
little
excited.
person.
Kid.
A
You
little
were so
person. A little
excited
person.
about a magic library. So I wanted to ask. I want to ask you: were you shocked by the reveal of Naomi? I believe the character's name is right as a dark friend, as a member of the Black Aja.
No, I mean, not really, because for one thing, 2 minutes earlier, like half the Aes Sedai were revealed as dark friends, and two, Varen opens the gate to the magic library, and like Naomi comes as close to anyone in this show has come to turning to the camera and winking. Like there's a shot of her, like a brief, and I don't mean that as a criticism. I don't mean that as a bad thing. I thought it was great, but like Varen and the other one go in. Someone's mad at me because I called her the other one.
Her sister.
I am.
Sorry.
I just buttered it.
I know.
Adelaus.
That's her sister.
Varen and Annaleis go in, and they like the camera lingers on Naomi, and it's I can't even describe what she does, but it's like she just turns evil.
She looks excited. She looks a little excited.
Yeah, she looks like here's the secret library I've been trying to find all this time, so I can rob it and be evil.
I can't believe
it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, they just took me here.
But I wouldn't say I was shocked, because it was very.
It would be honor if they were.
Way.
It would be honor if like there wasn't somebody like so like
right.
Everyone bad is revealing themselves, and here's 3 characters just chilling out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's
It's
interesting?
just like Varen annoyed her the entire time they were friends. She's like, finally, I don't have to put up with your bullshit anymore.
Yes.
Or something.
Yeah, that was
like,
great.
oh man.
Every night she just went to bed and just like, I don't know, was sticking needles in a little doll just to make herself feel better.
And then they go in, and she steals like the Sangreal and the Infinity Gauntlet and the Cask of Ancient Winters and
Yeah, pretty much.
Fan
Yeah,
Jam
that's-
projector, whatever else was in there. Just
I like how you
I'm
started
proud
out
of
with
you. I'm proud.
with
Brendan.
the proper
Sangria.
show terminology. Yeah.
Sound like you were saying
I almost called it
sangria.
Sangria.
I think there should be a drink like
Did they say Sangreal? I thought they said Angreal and Tirangreal. I don't remember her saying
I
Sangreal.
don't know.
Whatever.
But it's no, whatever.
I can't believe
Brendan
you said the wrong Angreal,
No,
Brendan.
what I'm saying is, how did Brendan know that
you.
term if they didn't say it there? That's what I was more.
They talked
was-
about those. They talked about those in season 1.
Yeah.
they mentioned Sangreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I remember when I was watching it before, I remember her just saying Angreal and Tirangreal. So when you said Sangreal, I was like, how did Brendan know that term?
I'm pretty sure. Well, again, I think they talk about them in previous seasons, but I'm pretty sure she said both.
Gotcha. Yeah, pretty cool opening sequence. We'll have to talk about it, I guess, because there's more to it, right? Rafe said there was more to that, and we We know there's more to it.
It cuts off very abruptly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
it cuts off
by design.
Yes. So that you want to see minute 12.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, and I guess what I was getting at was that this is a cold open, but it's not even finished yet. So this is going to be a pretty long cold open. And we'll have to start thinking about how you rate it as cold opens go. And we'll obviously be talking about those a lot when the season starts.
We love a long cold open here on Talk Train Guide.
We do love a long cold open. That sounds like it could be a song. I had went back to our season 2 like pre-premiere episode just to see like if I had any notes about what we talked about, and I found a few questions that I think we talked about. I made note of them, so I'm assuming we talked about them. So I figured I'd throw them out to the 3 of you and I guess myself. And we've been talking about this, but not talking about it directly. So how's everyone feeling about the coming premiere, which is only in like 5 days? What's the sense?
I'm excited. What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
how do I feel?
It'd be wild if Tom and Jen are like,
They're like, I guess we're excited.
Excited. This is why we do the podcast, to like talk about it, and it's here.
What are the feelings? Are you said excitement? Is there anything else going there? Just
anticipation, excitement, joy.
Feels so good, right?
It's
so good.
So good. That's not an emotion, but
yeah, it is now.
It's all the emotions. It's odd because again, like I've already seen the first episode, so I guess there's like.
But you're going to see 2 and 3 as well next week, so
yes, that's going to be very, very exciting to me. I'm excited about tomorrow. For us, 2 days ago, for those of you listening that aren't patrons, the first episode will be revealed to a large majority of the hardcore fan base, at least.
Whoever wants to, really, to be honest.
Really, but I feel like there's thousands and thousands of people who apparently signed up for this, but that's not the reach of the show in general. So I don't know if everyone is, but I'm excited for people to see the first episode, so I can talk about what happens in minute 12. And then I'm very excited. I'm very curious to go back to how Brendan started his thoughts on this trailer to see if these first 11 minutes are setting a new bar for the show, or like where we're falling as the show progresses. I understand that you probably aren't going to have this level of VFX battle in every episode because you get bored by the end of the season. You have to have some episodes that are more building to the next event and whatnot, but the showrunners, the actors, the everybody involved in the production of it, like all the department heads, any interviews that they've given before the season has come up, as the press machine has been rolling for this, have said this is our best season. The jump between season 1 and season 2 is, you're going to see it again for this. I want to see if all that hype is real.
Yeah, well, of course you do. That makes sense. I'm not going to dispute that, Tom.
Thanks. I appreciate you asking me how I felt and then telling me that you allowed me to.
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with my feelings.
No, I'm not giving you permission to feel that way. I'm saying I'm I don't know.
Yes.
I'm on the same.
Continue.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that's a good way to feel. That still sounds like I'm approving your feelings. I understand, Tom. That's all I'm going to say is I understand.
Oh man.
So Brendan, from the trailer and from the 11 minutes, thoughts on particular characters where you think they're like, what's going to happen to them, or like, a quick high level arc of any of the characters from what you saw in the trailer that popped out to you, like, I think this character is going to do this because of what you saw.
Oh, I mean, that was kind of one of that was another thing I wasn't like wild about the trailer. It doesn't focus on anyone long enough to, with the possible exception of Rand and Moraine, to imply that to give at least give me a good sense of what's going to happen to any of them. Okay. It does seem like Perrin's gotten over himself a little bit, so that's good. But we'll see.
We can hope.
It seems like Matt gets to be around other characters now, so that should be fun.
Yeah. That should be.
But even that I got mostly from the other clip that they, I guess, released today.
Oh yes.
Well,
there was a couple other clips that were really right. We talked about last week. They released. There's been 3 other clips released. Right. We talked about one last week. It was Moraine having a conversation with all of them, telling them like to be careful and not go anywhere because there's spies everywhere, basically. Then there was another one that was released recently of, is it
Moraine and Rand?
Moraine and Rand talking. Yeah. And then this one today that was released from CBR was a clip that I can tell you.
What do you think of these 2 guys, Brendan?
Yeah, Galad and Gowan sparring. So did you watch that clip, Brendan?
I did.
I want to hear your thoughts about these 2 dudes.
It's funny. I was as I was saying to you guys in our group chat last night, and I was joking that with Wheel of Time season 3 coming out at the same time as Reacher season 3 and Daredevil season 4, Wheel of Time season 3 is going to really have to increase the amount of punching to keep up with Reacher and Daredevil. And then like 24 hours later, they release a clip that starts with 2 guys just slugging each other.
That's it.
I was like, I didn't know I could do that.
Well, we got Leane in the shredding opening sequence, bashing somebody with her staff.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah!
I forgot about the blood splatter on the lens part. Yeah,
so good.
That was really good.
So good. I did
so
it.
Good.
That
so
was,
good.
that was
friend of the show, Jennifer Chion Garcia, right there.
Yes,
brutally murdering somebody.
That was definitely like, hey, she can do this. Let's put this in.
Yeah.
It's not a Leane from the books.
No, very, very much not.
But it's awesome.
But yes, I think a lot of people were like, oh, finally she does something with that staff instead of just banging on the ground every once in a while. Well. I know that's what my wife was thinking.
It always sounded heavy.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely sounded heavy. So these are, you meet these 2 guys in this clip, and Elaine's like, yeah, they're my brothers.
It's 2 more sexy ninjas.
Yeah.
So
sexy ninjas in training.
Well.
Yeah, that was definitely a cool. That was unexpected. I will say that. While those other, go ahead.
The sexiest of the sexy ninjas, I would say. At
Who?
least they're supposed to be.
Oh.
Right.
Who do you think is the sexiest ninja in the show, Jen?
I don't know. I guess.
Oh, since
you don't have to answer that question.
Brandon's like, I have an answer.
I haven't gotten enough of a look at.
Go ahead, Brendan.
Enough of a real look at Gowan and Galad, but
Brendan's
I guess up to this point,
I'll take this
it would
job.
be Maxim.
Maxim.
Yeah,
he's not
right.
a ninja.
Who are you talking about? You're talking about the warders, right?
Yeah.
There are some sexy ninjas. The Aiel are sexy ninjas.
Oh, that's right.
The Aiel are the sexy ninjas.
That's right. I forgot Brendan called Aviendas.
You called Gowan and Galad sexy ninjas.
Well, they have swords and they do flips.
All right. Well, they're not.
And they're
not
handsome.
Aiel. Oh, the sexiest of the Aiel.
Oh, he said there's more sexy ninjas.
So there's more sexy ninjas.
All right. I'm sorry.
2 more.
I thought you were referring to the warders as sexy ninjas.
They're handsome samurai. It's totally different.
Now, Tom, are you a little?
Wait. Before we move on, I want to get this out before the season starts. I'm not even going to try to remember which one's Gowan and which one's Galad. I'm not even going to try.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I'm going to call them both Gowan and Galad the whole time.
Like Bane and Chad?
No. Well, I do that.
I think you're going to figure it out. That's all I'll say. I think you'll know.
I think now, look, I'll say this. there are a lot of names in the Wheel of Time that are indicative of names from other mythological, sources, right? You
mean like Gawain and Galad?
Yeah, I'm saying having two, like, I guess, princes of a kingdom or whatever, named very close to Gawain and Galahad, I feel like is there's possibilities there that they will be memorable characters. I have character traits that
No, but I think that's a stretch.
It's true.
He's right.
They don't really look alike. I don't think.
What?
The actors.
They don't really look alike. The actors.
What do you mean? They're white and they're blonde.
Once you see the two white guys, yeah, okay, with blonde hair.
With
once you see them
on.
stop,
all I saw was abs, Jen. I don't know
rolling
what you're
around.
talking
Yeah,
about.
I saw abs and pecs. I didn't even notice their faces.
Everyone's into this sort of
They had
thing.
Serious question. Serious,
Right.
100% serious question. Are they called son heirs?
No.
No.
There's only one heir,
Because they're not the heir, right? So only
Crazy.
Andor is all queens. They don't have kings. It's always the woman who gets the
Got it.
Yeah. So there's other daughters, but there's only one daughter heir.
daughter heir.
Single word.
daughter heir.
Yeah,
D-A-U-T-E-R.
I was
Yeah, if Elaine had another sister, like a younger sister, like she would be the next in line if Elaine died or something like that, right?
Got it.
Yeah.
I was actually just explaining to my son earlier tonight about daughter heir.
Yeah.
Because he's reading like a series of books, and one of the books, it was like the Dragon Heir is the name of the book,
Mhm.
and he didn't know. He read it, and he said it's the Dragon Hair.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no, you don't pronounce
Perfectly
it.
reasonable.
Was he upset that
Yeah.
there was no dragon hair in the book? Like I thought.
No, he had already read it. He just didn't. He knew what the word meant, but he didn't know. He never. It was a word he only read. He didn't. So, and I explained Uncle Brendan got it reversed. Sometimes you hear something, you don't know how it's spelled, and sometimes when you read it, you don't know how it sounds.
Yes.
So, daughter heir, the best.
I had a question a while back, but it's gone now.
I would say, just in regards to this clip, I just said before, like I don't expect gigantic, VFX battles every season, but you can do something like this in every episode.
Yeah, these are cool, like little sparring battles. I think we'll get this and potentially right. We saw Rand and Lan practicing with the sword in the teaser and the trailer, so maybe we'll get a little sparring with the two of them as opposed to just like them, like doing Tai Chi type stuff. Yeah, but this was a great scene. I was very surprised to see this because it's brand new and it's not in episode 1, people. It's not a scene from episode 1, I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was excited to see Matt interact with people.
Yes.
happening.
Yeah. And I like the what was it? The shot of Min too. Wandering in as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. Her taking a drink and being like, seeing what was going on, and even she was into it. You could tell from her expression.
Well, as Nynaeve pointed out, everyone's
Yeah.
into that.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask now. I remember now. Tom, does this upset you a little bit? Because now I feel like Thirsty Water is being supplanted by these two guys, or are we going to get a showdown between Thirsty Water and these two guys?
I think that Thirsty Water, by his very essence, is not an alpha character.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want him to be back, and I know he probably won't be. He's like he's a one linebacker, but I want him to be back. He just hang out with these guys. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Were there people looking at Thirsty Water?
No, Thirsty Water was looking at. He was only looking at
Right,
Nynaeve.
okay.
Yeah.
He's-
Well, there
So there
were
was never-
some. I think there were some like novices
Yeah.
watching. Yeah, but
There's always novices
Listen,
watching the
there's-
waters. Every
yeah.
sorry.
There's no way Thirsty Water made it out of the Black Aja uprising.
not true.
He is a red shirt.
That's true.
That
Yeah.
dude. 1,000%.
Maybe if he wasn't in the area, then he would be fine.
Yeah, it was
it's a big tower.
The whole battle
He-
was like kind of localized to.
yeah.
It wasn't like the whole tower.
I think
was,
he'll be fine.
That's true.
Well,
They
there's a
need
chance,
him
there's a
now. They
chance.
lost a bunch of warders, so they're going to need him. He's going to have to step up and fill some empty slots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. He might
Easy,
become. Yeah.
easy. That's his plan, Jen.
I didn't.
Jennifer, my word.
That is his sincere hope.
Do butt sex.
As it was coming out of my mouth is when I put it together. I didn't mean it when I started the sentence, but
Oh, jeez.
So I've been smashing ants all week.
Oh, Jen. You know that's a new drop.
So,
Anyway,
man,
next question.
It's good to all be back.
Next question for everybody here. What are y'all most looking forward to in this next season? And obviously don't no spoilers, Tom or Jen.
No. Episode 4.
4. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew I set you up there. Episode 4. Brendan, we're not gonna tell you why. But yeah.
Oh, I assumed that episode 4 was the first one you guys hadn't seen, but maybe.
No.
That's
no.
No.
I just in
You've
our
seen them all. No, I'm
interviews.
just kidding. No, we know what's going to happen in episode 4.
Yeah, in our
You've
interviews,
seen them all. This is an elaborate scheme to amuse me. For
Yes.
6 weeks.
We've also seen season 4 already too. So
we're in it.
no, we know what's going to happen in like what part of the book.
Yeah,
it's gonna be covered.
in the interviews that we've had, they've made it very clear, like in episode 4, certain things will happen, and I'm excited to see those things.
Jen,
I'm excited about everything in the waste.
I'm excited about every episode.
Or-
Is that fair?
What?
I'm excited about every episode.
Bad joke. That is the hugest cop out answer. That you
I'm
can give.
excited about the next episode. I'm like Bill Belichicking this one on to episode 2. Like that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to see episode 2 and 3 because that's what we're going to watch next week. But so that's what I'm most excited for right now.
I am most excited for the cold open of episode 8.
Age of
well
Legends.
done.
So Brendan, I'm
Well
gonna
done,
tell you this. In one of the interviews, I read that Rafe was saying that there's going to be more Age of Legends in this season than there were in the other seasons. So
Cool.
just letting you know that. So that's something for you to look forward to. Is more
I am looking forward to it.
Age of
Flying
Legends.
cars.
Yeah.
Want someone to ride on
It's
a
like
giant
the
dragon
Jetsons theme
fly.
song.
It was I swear to God, it was the actual Jetsons car sound effect.
Meet Lanfear. Her friend is she. Is
I
that
don't
right?
know. All right, and I'm gonna. I don't know why I put this question last because it's kind of a downer question. What are you least looking forward to in season 3? I'm
gonna take this one to
Go
start.
ahead. Go for it.
If Matt has to get another fucking spear, I'm gonna lose it.
I will say we didn't see that in the trailer, right? We didn't see Matt.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting some flack
So
for this
if
question.
Matt gets another spear, you're gonna be mad. Like, what's the?
Brendan and I are on the same page with this. Go ahead, Brendan. Sorry.
The thing that Matt makes at the end of season 2,
Okay.
where he makes all of his rogue skill checks
Right.
Yes.
to overcome the evil thing that has been influencing and tormenting him and turn it into an asset and use it to reach the apotheosis of his character development as a heroic figure. I understand that's not how he gets the weapon in the books, and I don't give a shit. That should be his weapon for the rest of the series. And if it broke and I have to find a new one that fits more with the established continuity, fuck that noise. That's ridiculous. They shouldn't do it. And it would be
What
infuriating.
if he just doesn't have it?
I mean, that'd
That's a
be
new weapon.
weird. Like that'd be very strange. That would literally be like Luke not having his lightsaber in the Empire Strikes Back.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Even knowing what you know about the dagger itself, like the nature of that dagger. It's not just like, okay, he's got a, whatever.
Yeah, I get it. Why in this story that is not even remotely subtle about being a battle of good against evil is Matt's triumph over the evil thing that's been tormenting him? Like, why does that just not count? Why, like, oh, he beat it, he overcame it, but no, it's still evil. It's like, it doesn't count.
I don't think he overcame it, because I feel like if he overcame it, then he would have been able to touch it with no effect.
No,
he figured out a way to use it.
Well, yeah, that's overcoming it. It still exists as a dangerous item.
That's a metaphorical overcoming of it. That's not like we're talking about like a hard magically cursed item where you can't just like will yourself to be free of the curse or whatever.
But
he did.
No, he just didn't touch it again. And if he touches it, it starts all over again, right? The curse is back.
Yes.
So he figured out a way to not touch it, to not have to touch it.
But that doesn't mean he's going to be.
You all watched him do it.
No, I know that, but it doesn't mean he can't fall under the spell of the dagger.
Right. It doesn't mean that he can't, but like, again, we talked about this. We talked about this a lot on the show. And Donald talked about it like in like interviews, right? It's like part of this is like a drug addiction kind of like allegory, for lack of a better term. You never stop like being addicted to certain drugs. You
actually said that
them.
when we interviewed him, Tom.
So there you go. And he said yes. So,
but he said he said it in interviews. He didn't say with who.
I didn't prompt him to say it, but yes. Anyway,
doesn't mean you should have the drug in your pocket for the rest of your life, and just not take the drug.
Also, I want to get to the point of like, when has the show gone? Like, the continuity from the first season to the second season was like, right? We got the stabbing of Loyal with the dagger, and then it's just better. Like, he just got better, and things like that happened. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if stuff like that happens again when we start season 3. I mean, it's hard for me to say stuff like this, so let's just move on. Right? There's been inconsistencies from season 1 to season 2 where they just not inconsistency. They just didn't address like things that happened. Yeah. And like you said, Brendan, right? In the 8th episode, they just did not go to Leandra and Swamp. That whole story that just was not in there. And they probably won't address it. Well, we kind of know they don't address it because the season starts with Leandra in the tower, and Swan's in the tower, and
they don't go back in time, right?
We don't find out what happens,
right? I would say I think there's two different things, right? I think there's one, he doesn't use a spear anymore. Like he doesn't have this. He doesn't use a spear. He has a weapon. They have a version of that weapon in season 2, episode 8, and then they don't have it anymore. That's like disappointing, but okay. But I agree with Brendan. If you make him have a magical spear-like weapon that does magical things, that allows him to overcome like the biggest conflict that he's had for the first 2 seasons of the show, and then go, but we're gonna give him another one. Like
a safe one.
That's
safe
so
one.
dumb.
That's so dumb that he doesn't have to worry about.
It's just so like it's like in a show that's adapting 15 books into hopefully 8 seasons.
I so can't wait till we get to the part where this thing reappears and it's a different one, and Tom just refuses to talk about it.
I know. I think, unfortunately for everybody, I'll talk about it way too much because it'll really piss me off.
All right. So Tom's least looking forward to seeing the Yashandarai reappear, or not
my answer. Actually,
that was Brendan's answer. Well, no, you said a different. If he still has the same one, that's fine. But if like it's gone and then a new one appears, that's not the cursed dagger. That's bad, right? That's
more specifically if he like. If he just has one, then that's stupid and annoying. But like, if his story this season is getting a new one, which seems like it's what a lot of fans, including complete strangers who yelled at me on the internet,
What?
Scene
That
to
didn't
want.
happen.
No one
Not my
yelled.
internet. Not my internet.
Complete strangers.
Wait a second. Back it up, Brendan. We need to dig into this. Somebody on the internet yelled at you? A stranger?
Yes.
What's this world?
I got several annoyed tweets about liking what happened with Matt and his magic spear.
Maybe it's the whole season is just Matt trying to he lost it and he has to try to find it. That's the whole season.
Very stupid.
And then in this next season he loses it again and he has to find it again. It's just like a
Curry bit.
yeah, just like a old school television show where it's, you know, it's the same pattern of events every episode. Jen, least looking forward to anything?
Least looking forward to. I don't know. This is a silly question.
It is a silly question. I don't know why it was
least
here though,
looking
so I'm asking
forward
it.
to.
Jen's least looking forward to me spamming the phrase "they broke up."
Yeah, probably the you're right. Probably the Rand and Wayne relationship. Madeline didn't give me the dramatic answer that I wanted about Rand and Egwene's relationship.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be like, yeah, I know. He's totally like the worst. And she was like, no, they're the
Why would she say that though?
You're the only person who thinks that, Jen.
No, I'm not.
There's others. There's dozens of us.
Dozens of us.
You'll see. We see from the trailer. There's stuff in the trailer already.
I'm
that
just
make my
saying
blood boil.
I'm disappointed in
I do
chat.
not
I have not. The GIF is not in chat. I'm very disappointed about that
Dozens
chat.
of us. It'll
Dozens
come.
of us, chat. Yeah, your single-mindedness that he is the worst is what gets me. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like to I don't know, whatever. I don't
So
wanna
the rewatch of season 1, she says,
Oh no!
At
Can we
some
not talk
point-
about this now?
okay. You brought it up, Joe, by asking what my least favorite. And
I didn't
Brendan
say.
reminded
No, I
me.
said, what are you least looking
Brendan
forward to?
reminded me.
I didn't say to go back in time and talk about. We'll talk about it when it happens, if it happens. Well,
When?
we kind of know from the trailer that's it's definitely
Yes,
something
it's
going
happening.
on.
Okay.
Oh, well. She breaks up with people in the
No,
chat.
you can't whisper things and then not let me-
people
but-
in the chat are like, "Oh, he broke up with her by like making her think he was dead." She broke up with him 6 months ago.
Let me
In the
say my
first episode.
sentence then.
Oh,
She
no.
says
Episode.
at the end of
Take it.
season 1 that she made a mistake and she won't make that mistake again. You know
So
what
she
else
takes
takes
it
it back. Manhole. Why are all my like sexual things? She takes it
You
back.
tell us. You said them.
I'm just
Okay.
clipping what's been said, man. I
She
don't know.
takes it back. And then they say, he says, I'm going to go to the tower with you and I'm going to be your warder.
You know.
And
No,
then-
you know what? I'm
All right,
gonna
let's.
go.
Brendan's gonna leave the show,
It's
Jen.
bait. It's
Come on.
bait. It's bait. That's bait.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
All right.
Um,
Let's move on. Sorry, everyone, for asking this question. Let me put a little. I'll put a little strike through on this one so I don't accidentally ask it before.
Don't
season
do it
4.
again because you know I'm going to be talking about the same thing in season
Yes,
4.
it'll be the same exact conversation. Oh my lord. Any other questions or thoughts for this?
no, we talked about the new scene. We talked about the 11 minutes. We talked about the trailer. Have you seen anything else, Brendan, about this? Have you seen like any of the posters or
Oh, yeah,
anything like that at
posters.
all?
I've been making a lot of Thanos jokes about the character posters.
Yeah, right. A lot of dusting. I mean, they've done that. That's established on the show as a visual motif that happens both in like
Yeah.
you know, in the real world and in Telegram, right? That's like a thing that happens, right? But yeah, I feel like there were different. There's a lot of posters, which whatever. I'm a big poster guy, so I'm fine with that. But they have these posters where sets of different characters grouped together. Did you get a chance to see those?
Oh yeah, I had a smart ass comment about one of them in our group chat. A poster of people who were all in the same room.
That's right. That's right.
Oh
They're not supposed to be in the same room.
no, they're
Okay.
None of them were ever in the same room, it appears.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a poster. They're never. They all look like
I
that,
know.
right? I don't even think Cap's in the same room as a shield back here.
Probably
But
not.
yeah, but like that, I think is probably your biggest cue in at least to like, okay, well, these characters that are grouped together are probably going to be in the same storyline.
Seems like we're gonna have four distinct storylines potentially. Well, not, or at least groups of stories.
Well, I
Yeah, I
mean,
would
one
say-
of these groups is just bad guys.
Yeah, I think they're kind of they're probably
antagonists.
seated. They're probably seated through the other three.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair. Fair to say
I don't
that.
see Valda, which is disappointing.
No, I don't see him.
And somehow
We haven't seen him in
the noble
trailers.
warrior avenging his father's death is hanging out with the bad guys. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I even in this poster it's even worse because it's like 5, 5, 5, and then Dane like just came out of the bathroom and is like,
He doesn't
"What'd I miss?"
belong. Yeah, he doesn't belong. Or that's how he's feeling. That's why he's way in the back. He stumbled in. It's like he stumbled into the photo shoot.
Right,
That's what
yeah,
it looks
Man, Dane.
he's photo. I want to. Oh my god! I want to put like Alexander Viome, like one of his Tom Bomb photos, in just like sticking out of the side of this poster.
They should.
Omar,
It's like
David,
Dane
where are
was
you?
trying to get to the Two Rivers poster, but he didn't make it before they took the picture.
That's true. He is
That is
kind
what
of.
it looks like. That actually is what it looks like.
I'm going
There
over
is
there.
a-
No,
there
wait.
It
actually
looks like
is
they
like
took it too early.
There's like a little bit of blur
Yeah.
into the Evo picture, so he is kind of like right on the border of like still greenery.
I don't know.
Yeah, but there's one poster. There's the poster with Perrin in it, and like I think that's a very eclectic group of characters.
Yeah, including one character we've never seen before.
It's
Right.
true,
Oh, she's in the trailer though.
but if you don't know to look for her, she's just in the trailer. It's not
Yeah.
Yep.
It also looks like Lanfear is adjusting her tie.
Her imaginary tie.
no respect. I tell you,
Talk
no
about she gets no respect. Yes.
I said she looked like she was doing gang signs. But
Why not
whatever.
both?
That's
Why
true.
not
I mean,
both? That's right.
it could be both. Could be all. Could be nothing.
Part of the Dangerfield boys.
The Dangerfield boys. There's multiple Dangerfields.
That's the name of the gang that she's throwing the gang
I
signs
was
for.
merging the bits.
I
I was
gotcha.
crossing the streams.
I gotcha.
It's too into it.
He's still watching. He's still looking for the third red.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm photoshopping a picture.
You're putting it in.
I'm trying.
Adding third reds.
I'm editing the actual the episode and I'm sending it back to the editors.
Back to whom? All right. Anything else you wanted to? Anything of note for you, Brendan, on those posters?
It's curious. It's interesting to me that Perrin is carrying the two weapons that he used to ruin his life twice:
That's it. He's
a hammer and an axe.
Oops.
Has he just felt like giving up on the whole pacifism thing?
I guess that yes. I think that I think that I think that's a really intriguing thing because you're exactly right. And there's a solo poster of him. Like one of it's like he's dusting into leaves.
Oh yeah.
And with the hammer and the axe again. And like I was talking to somebody online about how he looks like he's sizing up which hand you're gonna get in that poster. Like he's like he looks very pissed off.
A little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning.
That's it. Right. Am I gonna cave your head in or just chop it off?
That's a reference. I don't remember where it's from, but
that is
just like
that's
we were talking
Anchorman.
about.
Yes.
Anchorman. It's Jack Black.
Ah, yes, Jack Black.
No, that's wrong. I take it back. That's not Jack Black. Jack Black says Jack Dempsey, and he's the guy who kicks the dog off the highway. But that That's
The Rundown?
From the
Rundown.
rundown.
That's Sean William
Sean
Scott.
William Scott.
Yes. Wow. That's a deep
great
cut.
movie.
It's a deep cut.
It's a really great movie.
The Rundown.
All right.
That was like one of The Rock's first
That's a
action
good movie.
movies,
Right.
right?
Yeah. It's like his first. That's his first like starring role.
Yeah.
Second, maybe after the Scorpion King. But
Yeah.
Back
Yeah, I
when he
like
was
the movie
still
a lot.
kind of trying to be a real actor.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like the movie a lot, and except I do think the third act. I'm disappointed because the entire movie he doesn't use guns. He doesn't like to use guns.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the person that he is when he uses guns. And then at the end he uses guns, and I'm like, it would be cooler if he didn't, and like he stuck to his guns, like. But like, I mean it.
Stuck
but,
to
like,
If you what? If you what? It would be cool if you what?
What was that?
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it would be cooler if he didn't use guns the whole time. He doesn't use a gun to win against the main bad guy, but the main bad guy's also very old Christopher Walken, so
That's
he
true.
just kind of, I don't know, yells at him.
I'll watch that movie again.
It's a good movie though. All right, before we go, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about, and like this is not something that we can necessarily share with everybody, but I do want to. We got a press
That we
guide.
can. Wait, did you just say something I want to talk about, but we can't share with everybody, and then you just started talking about it?
Yeah, well, no, I want to say we can't share. Like, we can't. I can only share my experience. I can't share
The thing.
the thing.
Oh, okay. You're gonna say something, but not.
I would say
share
something.
What
Yes.
that something is.
Well, no, I mean we received the press guide from about the show.
Okay.
Right. Which is not like a shareable thing that we can kind of, but it is unbelievable. It's such a well done thing.
It's 55 pages.
55 pages.
Yes.
It looks like honestly to me it looked like I had just gotten a new like D&D book, and like I'm opening it up and it's got like all these new, like it's filled with gorgeous artwork from
Prestige
the show.
classes.
Yeah. Character breakdowns,
Sexy.
interviews with the production
Order.
team, all
Sub
sorts of
races.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Some new combat
Encounters,
rules.
new magical items.
A few,
Yeah.
a few new monsters.
Right. New feats. I'm still 3-5.
Oh yeah, feats.
No, I just wanted to, I wanted to thank the Amazon press team for giving that to us. It's gorgeous. And like, I want to, like Jen and I were talking about like, how we just want to make posters of it and put it all over the walls.
Yeah. If I was like 15, I would post it all over my bedroom wall.
So.
I'm not allowed to do that anymore, though. But yeah, it is awesome.
You're a grown up. You're allowed to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do that anymore. But
when you were 15, you were allowed to do. Now,
You can have ice cream for lunch if you want.
yeah. Do what you want,
But-
then.
yeah, it's gorgeous. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I liked it. I read most of it. It's got interviews with the cast and crew. It's got some interesting. It had some interesting figures or numbers about how well the show has done on Prime.
And-
Like, yeah,
and-
just on Prime, I would, because they can only compare it to like their other shows. Because,
And that was an encouraging thing for me too, because I've talked about this a little bit before on the show, and I know that there's a little bit of like, well, we want to, it hasn't been greenlit for season 4 yet, and everyone's nervous about that. But like, they are promoting this, and all of their promotion is like, this is one of our flagship shows. This is one of the biggest shows on the network.
They are promoting it a lot more than they promoted the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah.
yeah, people are asking me to say some of that stuff, but that stuff I could share, right? Like the
yeah, it's for us to
Yeah, they were
use.
supposed to be using it.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I just can't share we can't share the document, but we can talk about the stuff that's in it.
okay, so
Well, that's what it's for.
I'm going to read this little blurb then to everybody here, right? So it says, in 2021, season 1 launched as the biggest original series debut in Prime Video history at the time. Excelling in both reach and subscriber acquisitions, it continues to remain among the top 3 series debuts of all time on Prime Video. Behind, all right, I'll throw this out to you guys. What are the other 2 that are ahead of it?
I know the answer.
Power.
What's that?
Rings of Power.
Yes, of course. I think that's the easy one.
The Boys.
Nope.
Invincible. Oh, Fallout.
Fallout. Yep.
Fallout was good.
Overall, the show has generated more than 1 million viewers worldwide to date.
That feels like not a lot.
I don't know. I have no idea. 100 million viewers. It doesn't say views. It says viewers. So I don't know how. I guess
100 million.
Said
1 million.
No,
You
sorry.
said a million.
No, 100 million. Sorry, viewers.
There you go.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, 100 million viewers, not views, viewers. So they
Yes,
must be
yeah,
going by
individual-
accounts. Like,
Okay.
I guess 100 million accounts have watched this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's.
It
And
does-
I was talking.
And it has your.
That's-
Sorry, Tom. I just want to say one more thing because it has one of your favorite words in here to describe it. It says high quality tentpole fantasy series.
Telling you, that's it. They've used that in other places too, and that they really do. They consider this like one. They think that Prime Video, they want to try and position themselves as the fantasy streaming service, right? They got Rings of Power. They have this, fantasy sci-fi. Like that's they feel like that they can kind of be. That could be where they're at with it, but yeah, they consider this as like one of their big things, and like it costs so much less than Rings of Power,
Yes,
and it brings in the same amount. Actually, I think it does better just in regards to like its continuing viewership.
I want
Also,
to say
it doesn't suck like Rings of Power.
Yeah, I want to be fair. Nothing costs as much as Rings of Power, so I don't know if there is a TV show that costs that much money that exists.
And like I was talking to I was actually talking to Omar from What Series about this recently. Like I think they're starting to realize, just in general, like there's probably a cap about how many viewers they're going to get for anything, right? There's this much of the pie that Prime Video is going to get in regards to people's television watching time. So then you're starting to say like, okay, if we're going to get this many and like no matter how much we spend or what we do, this is what we're getting. Like then you start to go like, well, what's the cost effective way to spend my money? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think when you look at it that way, it's much more hopeful for me that there's going to be a season 4.
It's also interesting. So the billing has changed a little bit in the cast of characters.
I thought you meant for Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I was
No. The
weekly
billing,
now?
the billing of cast.
Yes.
So Rosamund is still first build, and Daniel Henney is still second build, but there's a new third build, right? It used to be Zoe.
Yeah.
Now it is Yosha, and then Zoe. So I think now, obviously he's the Dragon Reborn, so he was gonna move up, I think, in the ranks there. So, but I believe the
Dragon
last.
Reborn in season 2.
Yeah, but he
Also
really didn't. Yeah, but he was kind of just hiding from. Well, he did a lot, I guess, during that season. But yep, they moved him up though. So
yeah, before anything, right? Rafe had said like amongst others that this was going to be a Yosha season.
Yosha, and he said random parent season. This is a random parent
season.
season.
It's gonna be okay, Brendan. It's gonna be good. Trust
You like
us.
Perrin a lot, though. I think, right? Is Perrin one of your favorite characters, Brendan?
No, you just cringed when you said.
Do you even listen to the show?
I don't remember.
Now wait, but if Perrin, as you hope, seems to be getting over himself, and at least seems to be seriously considering using weapons to fight people, maybe it's a different Perrin.
Who is your favorite character then?
What's that? What is like a challenge?
My favorite character is Tom Maryland.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. That's right.
So clear, Joe.
My favorite character is the correct favorite character, Tom Maryland.
That's right.
The actual star of the show.
I was confusing you with my wife. Perrin is my wife's favorite character.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, obviously, yes. Your wife and I have a great deal of similarities.
You do.
How could you confuse Brendan with your wife?
We grew up like 100 feet from each other.
That's true.
That's true.
Yes.
And they are the similarities.
And I've kissed them both.
Wow.
Anyway,
they have the same very pale Celtic skin.
They're both Irish. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I was just talking to somebody about how I was friends with your wife for like 3 years before I knew her last name. Before you guys got married.
Yes. Brendan was like, I'll just wait till they get married, and then I'll just, then I'll know.
It was like, it really was like I found out her actual or maiden name like a few months before you got married, and then I didn't need to remember it anymore.
Yeah, that's all. I think maybe we should wrap it up here.
People in chat are asking if your wife is 6'5", Joe.
No, she's not 6'5".
It'd be awesome if
She's not even 5'6".
I was gonna say, is she 5'6"?
No. She's not even that tall. Before we wrap it up, though, I did want to mention again the Madeline Madden interview. Go check that out on YouTube if you want to see that. No, you do want to see it. It was a really good interview. I also something we didn't talk about that I want to plug is that Lauren from Unraveling the Pattern. I'm sure everyone listening here knows Lauren. He makes these amazing Wheel of Time videos. He worked with Amazon Prime and created a recap of seasons 1 and 2, and it is posted on the Prime Video page. So it pretty amazing feat, Lauren. I'm going to put a link to that there too. Go check that out. If you like Lauren's videos, you'll like this. Only this is on Amazon's page. They were like, Lauren, you're so good. We want you to make us a video. And we're going to put it on our page. So that was amazing. Go check that out too. It's a good recap too. Covers everything. Right. Can I, shall I wrap it up now here? Are we ready for the wrap up? Yeah, we're ready for the wrap up. Jen.
Never here at the end of the show. I don't know what happens.
I know. Sometimes I forget too. Jen, are there any new patrons?
There are, Joe. We actually have 3 new patrons.
3?
So, and they're all in the company of Chelvannon. So I'd like to shout out Matthew Gilliland, Laurel Carb, and Ashakova.
Oh, we met Ashakova in London.
We met Ashakova.
She was in London. She had a great, if you've seen pictures of somebody wearing a swan costume from the what's it called? The cold open of episode 20 whatever, right? With her and Maureen before with the with what's her name?
The
Katara.
flashback.
207.
Yes, she had that. She was dressed up as Swan in that outfit.
Very nice.
Yeah, she also had cookies that were really, really good.
I thought you meant like a Bjork dress, because I have forgotten a lot of the character names on the show.
Dressed up like a swan. She's actually there's a video about the fan event, and she's in it. She got interviewed briefly.
Oh yes. Yeah, they've been posting all kinds of videos online, like recaps for each character's been doing each actor's been doing like a quick recap of their characters. They've been putting out just like general clips like of weird things like back at CCXP, apparently there was like they shot a bunch of other little clips where it's Ray, Fiosha, and Maddie like playing like the what's it called, like the Newlywed Game basically, and other like little questions and trivia that they were doing. My favorite so far is Daniel Henney reading quote unquote land traps posts from the internet. Oh my god, that's so funny. Go check out the Wheel of Time social media page and just watch all the videos they've been posting. They're great. I'm not going to link them all. Just go to the Wheel of Time social media page. I want to remind everyone to follow our social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, also on Blue Sky. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages to support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Final words, Jen, Tom, Brendan.
Next
week. They
week.
broke up. Bye.
No! We'll see you next week.
You should totally cut it at Brendan.
Brendan and I will see you next week, because Joe and Tom already know.
Thanks,
what
everyone.
The status of the relationship is. No, I'm not letting you finish. Now you can finish.
She's like the Fonz of the Wheel of Time, I would say. Thanks everyone for listening. And you'll hear us next time.